In this video, I'm going to discuss my movie watch list in 2021, and I'm going to tell you how I'm going to conquer it. Hey, it's me AP, and welcome back to another video. So, today's video, I'm going to be looking at my movie watch list in 2021. I done one of these videos last year around the same time, discussing which movies were in my movie watch list then, and I thought it's, the time of year, maybe I could do this a regular thing where I go through some of the movies that I've got in my list and discussing how I'm going to sort of conquer that list and how I go about the process of watching movies and how I pick out movies to watch. So I should just say, first of all, I have a movie watch list that is in my phone. I have a little reminder list here on my phone, and I add to that list, I get rid of from that list, and I use that as my list, to go to mark movies that I really want to watch. And I'll go through the process of it all, during this video, the process of how I pick movies, but it's going to be a fun video just to go through the movies, and it has definitely changed from last year. I think there's like one or two from leftovers from last year, and we will go through that on the list, but I'm looking forward to deep diving into this topic. So before we actually do get to the list, I want to just go through the rules of my own personal watch list and how I sort of get movies to go into that list as well. So simple rules really. I found out from last year that if I have more than 10 movies, I find it hard to watch them. I feel like I just keep on adding movies on and I never end up watching the movies. So now for this year, I've decided that I'm only going to ever have 10 movies in the list at any one time. I do have a reserve list, and I'll speak about that later on in the video, but mainly in the main movie list, it's 10 movies, no more than that. And the rules of the list, it's kind of, I'm selecting movies that have had recommendations either from the community here on the channel, recommendations from friends or family, or just movies I have personally seen that I want to watch, maybe trailers of, and they go into the list, and or into the reserve anyway. And then I just pick ones that I'm more interested in seeing. So maybe there's like a sci-fi or an action movie that I've heard of I'm more interested to watch over, say, something like a horror movie, because I'm not a massive horror movie fan. And that's how they'll then get into the main watch list this year in 2021. So that's how I kind of go about now at this moment in time and choosing what movies I'm going to watch more so than other ones. And I'm always happy to get them other sort of genres in there, but I will always tend to float to like action movies, comic book movies, sci-fi, comedy, the genres I really enjoy, and like horror, romance, like sort of things. They would be like the ones that would be in the reserve and maybe would come in every so often, just because I'm not a big fan of those genres. So that is the rules and the sort of like the foundation of what the list is and how it forms. Let's go and have a look at the selection of this year, the movie watch list in 2021. So we start my movie watch list here in 2021 with one movie that was in the list last year. And this is one I'm determined to watch. It's at the top of the list here. These are really not in any particular order in this list, but Akira is the movie, the top of the list here. The anime Akira. It's one I watched years ago as a kid, or well, not as a kid, maybe just like maybe when I was younger, and I wasn't really into it, and I don't know where I actually watched it all, but this is one I have no recollection of. I need to rewatch it, because I'm into anime. Akira is in the list. It was in there last year. I've been meaning to make time to watch Akira. I need to get a hold of a copy and get it watched, but that is in the movie watch list for this year. The first choice anyway. We got another 9 more choices in this 10 movie list. We go to another anime now, Ghost in the Shell. I watched the live action one with, I think it was Scarlett Johansson, and I really enjoyed that movie. I thought it was a great movie. I know there is an anime series, I think, but there's also the movie, the animated movie as well. So that is one I'm really interested in seeing. I'm looking forward to seeing that as well. So that's another anime I'm really looking forward to watching. We've also got some community picks here. So anyone who's in the community here, either the Saturday Movie Show community or any of the other videos who've commented on videos, if I get movie recommendations, they go into my list. And this year I've incorporated them into my main list. I had a bit of a switcheroo with all my movie watch lists over the past week or two to try and condense it down into a better system. So this is the system now. So the first one is Eternal Sunshine. It's a Jim Carrey movie, and this was recommended by Philip Coghill we did the Saturday Movie Show 50th episode a few weeks back, and Philip recommended this movie. I'm looking forward to watching that. It looks like a really interesting Jim Carrey movie, not your average Jim Carrey movie, so that is one that is there, Eternal Sunshine. Next up, we got Stuber. I think this is Dave Bautista, one of the guys from the Eternals movie. I can't remember the actor's name. This is by Sean, Media Collector Madness. He recommended Stuber to me, so I'm going to be watching that soon as well. That's one I want to watch. It's a comedy movie. Next on the list, we've got Dark City Director's Cut. This is apparently a sci-fi movie, and I think it's got Kiefer Sutherland in, I'm pretty sure. And this was recommended by Jed Halpin in the community as well. And he said to watch the director's cut over the original cut. So that is one I'm going to look out for. I've been looking on eBay and stuff and want to try and get a decent deal on that at some point, or if not, I'll get it from a streaming service or something like that, hopefully. That one's then next we go to Sky Captain and the World of Tomorrow. And that is a recommendation by Mark G in the community. Mark always has some great recommendations. I definitely, if you're interested, check out some of the videos, the comments. You'll see Mark in the comments, and he has consistently given us movie recommendations, and Mark's have always been pretty awesome so far. So I'm going to watch that Sky Captain and the World of Tomorrow. Apparently it's like a sort of like a sci-fi one. I remember watching it years ago, but I can't really, again, not like I haven't got any recollection of this movie, so it's going to be like a fresh view for me. I think it's got Angelina Jolie in. I'm pretty sure. Who else? I think Jude Law might be in it. I'm not too sure. I'm going to have to watch that though. Sky Captain and the World of Tomorrow. He said visually it's quite a visual fest. You know, it's similar to like a 300, Sin City, that sort of vibe. So I'm looking forward to watching that. Next up, it's a choice of my own. It is Shang-Chi, the Marvel movie. That is coming out this month on physical media and streaming. So I'm looking forward to watching that, martial arts side of the MCU. I'm interested in seeing that. I really like the Iron Fist TV show, so hopefully Shang-Chi has got a bit of that sort of feel to it. That's going to be exciting to watch for me personally. Next up on the list, I've got Big Trouble in Little China, the Kurt Russell movie. Look, I've never watched that movie. I know it's meant to be a cult classic movie. I've never watched Big Trouble in Little China. And I've got no memories of it as a kid because I've never watched it. So I'm looking forward to watching that. I like Kurt Russell. It's going to be an interesting one. That's another personal choice of mine. Next up, we've got another community recommendation from my buddy Lee Cowan in the community. We've got Cable Guy, Jim Carrey movie. And I think Matthew Broderick, he's in that as well. The Cable Guy, never seen it. Looking forward to watching it. And the final choice is the first Kill Bill movie. I've never seen the Kill Bill movies. I do like Quentin Tarantino's movies, but Kill Bill's just one I've never got around to watching. So that is another movie in the list for 2021. So as I said, I do have a reserve list of movies. I kind of think of it like a reserve excess list, where all the extra movies now go into this list. So I did used to have like two separate lists, community recommendations and my own personal ones. Now I've condensed it down into a reserve list where if I get any recommendation from anyone, like I said, anyone recommends a movie to me, wherever it may be, online or in person, that movie will go into the reserve list, and I will, look at it and see if it's something I'm looking forward to watching. Maybe if it isn't, it'll stay in the list. But if it's something that needs to be promoted to the main list, once I've watched one of the ones from the movie watch list of 10 movies, that one from the reserve list will then move up. It'll get promoted into the main list. That's my sort of technique of, picking movies now. Like I said, I'll usually go for genres that I'm more so excited to watching and more interested to watch. But I think it's good to have a reserve list of movies, and I always put the names of whoever's recommended them movies as well. So I can always, give a shout out to anyone if they've recommended a really good movie to me. I think it's a good way to do it because I just had list upon list, it felt like last year, and I feel like if I just have two strict lists, the main one and then the excess, the reserve list, then I can go about conquering and watching more and more movies this coming year. Well, going 2021, moving into 2022. So that is my watch list. Let's move on to sort of discussing how I'm going to defeat this. So how am I going to defeat the movies of 2021? We're getting to the end of 2021 now. But as I said, I will do it every day. I'm a guy who schedules stuff in my phone for me, so I'll have like a list every day for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, go on. And basically, I will pick like an entertainment thing to do every day. Like I'll be watching a movie, play a video game, do something like that, go do something fun. And if it's something where I want to watch a movie on that day, I will take a movie from the movie watch list. And hopefully now, this is how I've done it over the past year, of like selecting a movie from that list and getting it watched. And that's how I've got rid of a lot of them movies from last year. And there is still movies that I didn't watch last year, and sometimes like a new movie comes out, you want to watch it there and then. Fair enough, you're going to watch new films, they come out, you go to the cinema, maybe it's not in the list. But I think to defeat and conquer and watch more movies that you maybe wouldn't have watched normally, it's good to have a list, and it's good to have a way, a technique, a method of getting these movies watched. And it's not like a regime, like I feel like I have to watch them. Because once I get into watching a movie, I love it. I love the experience. But for me, sometimes I do need to schedule things. I think it's just me as a person. I'm better at scheduling stuff. Otherwise, I'll just be sitting there like just scratching my head and just playing like Nintendo games or watching movies or watching TV shows that I've watched a million times over. And whereas I could be watching something brand new, something really cool. So that's the way I'm going to conquer my list and defeat my movie watch list in 2021. If you enjoyed this video today, please do give it a like and check out the rest of my movie-related content as well, and let me know your thoughts on this topic today. What's in your movie watch list in 2021? How do you go about defeating your movie watch list? What's your technique? What's your method to watching movies? Do you just pick movies randomly, or do you have like a big list of movies like I do in my phone, in my reminders? Let me know all your thoughts. Let me know what's in your movie watch list for this year, and let me know how you're going to defeat it. Thank you very much for watching, and as always, I will see you next time.